Are you spending hours on the bench press but still stuck with a flat chest? Well, the problem isn't your effort, it's your approach. Today, we are tearing down old habits and laying out the ultimate blueprint for a chiseled, aesthetic chest. If you're ready to completely transform your chest day and finally get that broad, sculpted look, you're in the right place. We're going to break down the exact science to get this done. So let's dive straight into it. Look, we've all been there. You're sweating, you're pushing yourself to the absolute limit, but when you look in the mirror, the results just aren't showing up. You're missing that full, chiseled static. It's incredibly frustrating, right? But like I said, it is not because you aren't working hard enough. The issue usually boils down to one thing: ego lifting. Most guys are just chasing heavy weights, throwing plates on the bar, and hoping for the best. But to build a truly aesthetic chest, you have to trade ego lifting for smart muscle isolation. In this explainer, I'm going to give you 3 fundamental steps that will completely change the shape of your chest. If you follow this playbook, you'll start seeing visible changes in just 6 weeks. Step number 1, the upper chest secret. This is the absolute key to the aesthetic chest, and we need to bust a major myth right now. If you think endless flat bench presses are going to give you that perfect shape, you're dead wrong. The fullness you see in a well-fitting t-shirt, that comes entirely from the upper chest, scientifically known as the clavicular head. Until you actually develop this specific upper muscle, your chest is always going to look saggy or just kind of incomplete. So how do we fix it? You have to prioritize it. Start your workout with the incline dumbbell press. Don't leave this for the end when you're completely wiped out. Hit it right at the beginning when your energy is at its absolute peak to smash that crucial upper area. Let's break down exactly how to do this right. First, keep your bench angle between 30 and 45 degrees. If you go any higher than 45, you're just going to shift the load onto your shoulders, which completely defeats the purpose. Second, when you push the weight up, really squeeze those dumbbells together at the top. On the way down, maintain a slow 3-second negative. Control the weight. And finally, you want 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps going all the way to failure. Step number 2, the perfect setup and establishing that mind-muscle connection. You can do all the right exercises, but if your setup is wrong, you're just leaving gains on the table. And here's the biggest mistake I see on the gym floor. Stop throwing your shoulders forward. When you push your shoulders forward during a press, you instantly steal tension away from your chest and overwork your front delts. We've got to fix this if you want that aesthetic look. To fix it, lock in this simple 3-step checklist for every press. Number 1, retract your scapula. Literally lock your shoulders back and down into the bench. Number 2, slightly arch your upper back to lift your chest toward the ceiling. And number 3, get a full stretch at the bottom and a hard squeeze at the top. Don't just mindlessly push weight around. Actually feel the chest muscle flexing and doing the hard work. Step number 3, sculpting the inner and lower line. Okay, so we've built the upper shelf and perfected our pressing form. Now we need the finishing touches. We're looking for that clean separation and that sharp square aesthetic. Pressing builds the mass, for sure, but fly movements are absolutely required to carve out the details. You want to use the cable crossover or the pec deck fly. Why? Because cables provide constant tension throughout the entire motion. There is literally nowhere for the chest to rest. Here is your exact game plan for these fly movements. When your hands meet in the middle, I want you to hold it for 1 full second. During that second, intensely squeeze the chest muscles. This is our finishing move, so we're going for high reps, 3 sets of 15. This is going to pump massive amounts of blood into the chest and perfectly carve out that inner line. Now let's step out of the gym and look at the ultimate growth formula. To actually lock in all these gains, you've got to face a hard truth. Muscle is targeted in the gym, but it's built in the kitchen. You can have the most perfect workout routine on the planet, but if you don't back it up with a structured high-protein diet, your body simply will not have the building blocks to create new muscle, period. And the final magic ingredient that ties this entire blueprint together is progressive overload. This means you must consistently increase the weights you lift or the reps you perform every single week. If you lift the same weight forever, your body has zero reason to change. You have to force continuous muscle adaptation. A proper plan, a great diet, and consistency with progressive overload are what will truly get you those results. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I've got to know, what is your absolute favorite chest exercise? Drop it down in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, smash that like button, share it with your gym buddies, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Keep grinding, stay fit, and ask yourself before your next set, are you just moving weight or are you actually training to grow? See you next time.